Alright, what is up? Welcome back everyone to yet another episode of the Unreal Engine third-person zombie shooter tutorial co-op, whatever it's called, service. So, we are doing some inventory stuff. This is part 3, I guess. We had some issues in the last episode, whether we should do rep notify or not. I think I managed to explain that part quite well, and we ended up doing a rep notifier. So, what we have so far is we have an item, free pistol for you guys. Pick it up, use it in your project prototype, but you should probably buy something with better quality or get it from Sketchfab or something. Anyway, pick it up. So let's just jump into it. Before I forget, if you are new to the channel and enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Also, the first thing we need to do when we pick up this item, event pickup item, we're also gonna do server play montage, and we don't have that function in this one yet. So I told you in the last episode we're gonna do rep notifier, because a rep notifier replicates when people become net relevant. So it replicates when, even if they connect after something has happened. So for instance, when we destroy an actor, that actor needs to be destroyed when somebody, in most cases, when somebody connects after that as well. So in our replicated functions, we are gonna make a new custom event, a new function, because for animations, for instance, you can replicate so we're gonna do root motion montages, and we want to replicate them. So you can do that with a rep notifier as well, kind of in the same way as we did here, but it's not necessary. It's easier to just make them because with the rep notifier you actually need, in most cases you actually need a variable for it. So it's easier to just do a server play montage, and we're gonna do another one called another custom event called MC play montage. From here, play any montage, and we're gonna pass through the montage to play, and on the server one we're gonna call the multicast one MC play montage, and same here, we're gonna pass the animation montage through. The first one is gonna be running on the server, the second one is gonna be running on as a multicast. So that's it. Because the animations aren't the same thing, I guess, like if you connect after somebody has played an animation, it's fine. And also if you're on this other side of the map and somebody plays an animation, you don't need to know about it. So multicast is fine. So when we pick up item, this is executing on the client. We want to do play. We want to do server play montage. So we call the server one first, and that calls the multicast on all clients. And what I mean is multicast actually does send it to all clients, but as long as it's not reliable, it's not gonna force send it all over the map. So I already have a pickup animation that I retargeted from I've shown you how to retarget animations. So get yourself a pickup animation. I'm going to use this one. It's not the most beautiful one, but there we go. And you can see it's not going to work now. You can see that we're not playing the animation when we pick stuff up. And that's because inside the animation you can see it's playing in the default slot. So slot name, default group slot. So we need to add this slot to our animation blueprint. So if you go into your animation blueprint, you can find it in your player character. So confused by these tabs, they all look the same. In your character master's third person animation blueprint, you have it here. Find it, we're gonna go to the animation graph, and this is where we set up the movement types in the previous video. We're just gonna add slot and do default slot. That's it. So you can see that we're not picking up the animation, we're picking up the item. We want to time it a little bit better though. So a delay, let's do a delay of 0.2 seconds. No, the other way around. Play the montage first. After 0.2 seconds, we are gonna destroy the actor. There we go. Yeah, maybe 0.3. 0.3 will be good. And make sure it replicates. Running with the client, picking it up, it gets destroyed. Perfect. Good, good, good. So event pickup item. This is not a basic function. I think we're gonna collapse all of this. Call it inputs. Put it there. And we are going to collapse all of this and call it inventory. Call it inventory logic. Perfect. Yeah. In my other videos I do different graphs. I like it more like this now. We're not going to do touch input. Jump we might do. Gamepad we will probably do. We're not gonna do VR. So yeah, that's fine. Good. So let's continue. I'm gonna pause and think about what the next step is. Alright, I decided. The next step is gonna be the inventory. So let's open up the WB inventory and let's see. No, not an overlay. I want I want a, let's start by doing just an image. We're just gonna set it to black. Where do we want the inventory, on the right or left side? Let's do right side. Because the character is to the left side, I guess, so the inventory to the right side sounds good. And we are gonna set set it to black, but we will set down the 0.8. There we go. And obviously this is just placeholders for now. We might make it look a little bit nicer later, but I just wanna see that it works. So get some text and call it inventory. And that's it. We're gonna anchor everything, I guess, to the right corner. There we go. So in our player third person character, we're gonna go to inputs and we're gonna go with tab. So from tab, create widget. We're gonna create an inventory widget. We are gonna promote it to a variable. It's gonna be called WB inventory ref. And we're gonna add to viewport. And before that, we're gonna do a what's it called? It's not called toggle, it's called flip-flop. Do a flip-flop. And we're gonna get the inventory ref if it's valid. So we set it here, and if it's valid, we're gonna remove from parent. So that means that pressing tab should now create an inventory. There we go. Pressing it again should remove it. Good. So there we go. So what do we want to do now? I'm gonna do a fairly easy inventory, I guess. So we don't need to make a lot of weird stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna pause for a quick second and see how I set it up in my other project. Alright, yes, so let's do another user interface WB, call it inventory slot. And there are a couple of ways to do inventories. You could do a lot of stuff with drag and drop operations and making sure that you can rearrange it however you want to. I think I'm just gonna do it a bit easier, to be honest. Let's see, because this is how I got it set up in my project. So we'll start by that, and then we'll see where we go from there. Or actually, you could do inventory slot. Yep, so let's do an inventory slot. And let's start by making an image. And this one is gonna be exactly, so let's make sure it's, how should I do this? Let's add an image first, as I said, and make it something like 50-50, maybe a little bit more, 70-70. I'm not sure how big it will go, we'll see. 70-70, it is now desired, perfect. And call this icon image. And in the package that you can download with the gun, link in the description, the gun, and I also have an icon in that as well. And so here is an icon for that specific gun. And if we go into our inventory, we got the slot, and we can see, so 50-50, yeah, size 2 content, there we go. So let's just see how that looks in game. So yeah, not that big. We're gonna do an image behind called background image, and this one is also gonna be 70 was, I guess, 70, and let's make this gray and 0.6, I guess. And we'll see, there we go. And yeah, this is just placeholders. I guess it's quite small. I guess it's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go with that for now. So there we go. So whenever, oh sorry, go. So I'm gonna delete this. We're gonna add a uniform grid panel and something like that. And in this let's just see. Okay, I'm just gonna see how that looks. So okay, perfect. So when in this WB inventory, we're gonna go to the graph, and on the construct we need a variable called owning player, and let's do this of the master third person character. We're gonna get the master third person character, and on the construct we're gonna do get inventory for each we're gonna create widget and inventory slot, and for each of the inventory slots, in the inventory slot go to the graph and create a new variable called item details of the type item details. And this one is going to be instances editable, and it's going to be expose on spawn. So what that does is that if we refresh this one now, you can see the expose on spawn is here. So that means we can instantly set it like that. And we're gonna go back to the designer. We have this uniform grid panel. Make it a variable. So what this is basically it arranges widgets in rows and columns. So if we go back to the graph now, we can get this uniform grid panel and do add child. So if we open the inventory now, nothing happens. If we pick up this gun, nothing happens still. So let's see why that is. Okay, the first thing is we don't have this player variable. So if we go into our master, when we create this inventory widget, in the inventory we're gonna do the owning player, same thing, instance is editable, expose on spawn, and from here we now have the because the owning player, let's just call it, because I think owning player is always there, but this is a master third. Okay, so let's go to our inventory, expose owning character. I have too much stuff open. Close the HUD. I actually don't really like the UE5 interface that much, to be honest. It's clean that it's black, but I confuse the tabs. It's hard to see because it's more defined in UE4, I guess. WB inventory. Why is that not refreshing? So I'm just gonna create a new just to see if it's instance is edible. Expose on spawn. I might have clicked on the wrong one. Yeah, expose on spawn. There we go. You can see exposed to cinematics. Expose on spawn. So that's why, I guess. Owning character. There we go. So this is a player controller reference. This is now the object. So tabs. We can delete this test variable, and owning character is gonna be self, and I guess no, I'm not sure. We don't need this, I guess. So let's see what happens now. Okay, there we go. So you can see it created the slot, but we need to, in the inventory, we also need to anchor this one to the top right. So that should work. So we pick it up, and now you can see it's added to the inventory. So that's good. That's exactly what we need. So yeah, that's gonna, yeah. What are we at? 22 minutes. I'm gonna, as I said, I'm gonna try to keep these ones a little bit shorter than I'm used to. So that's 22 minutes in. Let's pause there and continue the next one. As always, let me know if you have any questions, there is anything you're wondering about, and we will do a new video soon. And yeah, if you're new, please like and subscribe, comment questions, and yeah, the usual stuff. See you in the next one. Bye.